good evening. Welcome to Unicity Weekly Product Talk. I think everybody, if possible, whenever possible, we will try to establish the correct macronutrient balance to create a solid foundation for optimal nutrition in our diet. In Unicity, we are guided by four principles in the development of many Unicity products and programs. First principle, we control carbohydrate. Number two, we fuel with fat as our energy source. Number three, we recommend intermittent fasting of 4-4-12 hours. And number four, we prioritize protein. This week, we are glad to introduce a 0 gram sugar, 1 gram carb, 1 gram fat protein called LC Build. LC Build is available in two flavors. And today, we are glad to have with us Claudia, who will share with us on why LC Build should be in everybody's diet.
Thank you, Lily, for the introduction. And good evening, everyone. All right, it's great to see all of you here today. And I'm delighted to see all of your happy faces. So will you just give me a moment to share my slide, which we will do in a moment. Okay, so for all of you who have decided to put aside some time just to attend today's session, well, I can tell you that you have made the right decision. Why? Because protein is one of the most important nutrient in the area of nutrition. And over the years, there's a lot of speculation about protein, and I think it has been talked about too much to the extent that the effect, all right, and the weight of protein has been diluted. And people are missing the picture, and people will automatically associate protein with bad view, all right, such as it's being chemical or many other things that we'll be talking in detail. So today is one of our most important product talk, which I hope that you will pay attention to. And moreover, we are also very, very excited to share about LC Build, because let's face it, our product just gets better each time. All right, previously it was LC based, and now we have another upgraded version, and we're really, really excited about this launch. So without any further ado, let's go right into it. Before we start, this is just a short disclaimer that the products mentioned are not intended to diagnose, treat, prevent, or cure any disease. All right, what is the first thing that comes into your mind when you think about protein powder? Well, I think some people will feel very afraid, because if they were to take protein powder, they may end up like Dwayne Johnson. Okay, some people will have this negative association that if they do eat protein powder, they will overbulk and end up being like Dwayne Johnson. And as for women, they have the same concern as well, that they will end up looking more masculine and not really showing their feminine features. So these are some of the things that people still have until today. And over the years, protein supplement has received a lot of bad press that I'm sure, okay, many of you, if you are familiar with Unicity, you have definitely come across people who ask you the following question. Is protein supplement made of chemicals? Since it's like gym, and how protein supplements are being marketed, to be honest, give people the kind of impression that it's artificial, isn't it? And kidney disease. Well, we have heard this time and time again. When I'm in my gathering with friends, definitely somebody will ask me if it's going to cause kidney disease, weight gain, or it's going to make you too buff. So we're going to be looking at all these questions today. But before we look into it further, let's address this fundamental question. If I'm eating meat or dairy every day, do I still need extra protein? So let's see. Well, as you can see here, it's an image of a chicken breast, right? It's palm size. So the weight of this is 90 grams. But it does not equal to 90 grams of protein. So we have to be very careful when we look at recipe. They ask us to put like how many grams of chicken and fish. It's not equivalent to the protein you are taking. In fact, it's only representative of the weight, and it only has 20 grams of protein in 90 grams of chicken breast. So this is the key thing here. And let's face it, how many of us really eat chicken breast every day? Come on, I'm a dietitian and I can't eat just pure chicken breast every day. All right, for those who are able to do it, I mean, I seriously salute you. But eating just plain chicken breast isn't really the best thing out there. So I'm sure we will definitely eat chicken with other gravy or other condiments to just make it taste better. So curry chicken is one of those things that I'm sure, regardless of your race, we all love our curry. So let's see what is in this curry chicken. So one serving has 32 grams of protein, 49 grams of carbs, the potato and all those things is added, and fats. Okay, and this is not the good fat that we're talking about. It's fat from all the oil, all right, that is most likely oxidized, and the amount is the same as the protein. So by just eating chicken curry alone, it's 600 kilocalories. Only chicken curry, you know. Okay, let's look at another popular option, sweet and sour chicken. One serving, surprisingly, the protein is less than 10 grams. And the carbs is just as much as the chicken curry, which is 40 grams because of the flour and the fruits, and fats is 12 grams. So by just eating sweet and sour chicken alone, we get 300 kilocalories. This is not inclusive of the rice. Next, all right, if we were to go to help ourselves at the economy restaurant, you know, we will think that egg tofu is the more healthier option, right? So let's see how healthy it is. One serving has 21 grams of protein, 3 grams of 3 grams of carb, and 21 grams of fat, meaning to say that a lot of it has already absorbed the oxidized oil from deep frying. And these also have 300 kilocalories. So sometimes a non-meat option does not mean that it's healthier. So maybe some of you are thinking that, Claudia, you're just being difficult. You're only using examples that are very high in fat and deep fried. Why don't you use like a steamed chicken, you know, just to see how it compares? Okay, fine. So let's go for the more healthier option that we can eat outside, which is steamed chicken rice. I'm not using the roasted chicken version, yeah. This is the steamed chicken, the plainest that you can find. So one plate, granted you can have 30 grams of protein. However, your carbs is 55 grams. You'll definitely eat the rice together with this, right? And the fats is even more than what is in the chicken curry. So by just simply eating your Hainanese chicken rice, you're gonna get 666. All right, I don't know, is this a magic number, a lucky number or what? But it's definitely not a good number for your health. So is there any other alternative that can help us to overcome the problem that we see in food? Because truth to be told, nobody can eat chicken breast every day. All right, then we can overcome unwanted problems. So is there a way that we can get high quality, clean sauce, pure protein, no sugar, harmful fats, or excess carbohydrate that's going to lead to weight gain, and most importantly, it's convenient for us? So I'm very proud to introduce LC build that's available in chocolate and vanilla flavor. So you may be thinking, is this another protein supplement? So what's so great about it? You're right, it is great. Why? Because it has 13 grams of whey protein isolate. In a moment, we'll be talking more in detail about what is this all about. And it has only less than 1 gram of total carbs. And to be honest, I really think that our research team is doing such a great job at always improving and how innovative our products are. You really cannot get something like this out there. And come on, with only less than 0.5 gram of fat, it's like literally close to zero, all right? And there's no sugar, and it has the maximum PDCAA score. And this is simply just clean and pure protein that you can get for your body. And honestly, I really do think that this is the best that you can find in the market. And it's really, really great. And really help us to overcome a lot of current health problems. So, what is whey protein? I think this is a very important concept to explain because a lot of people will think that whey protein is some chemical. But in actual fact, whey protein is actually milk, right? We take fresh milk, right? And we add natural occurring enzymes. So these enzymes help to break this milk apart and we can get what we call whey protein concentrate. So this is what is present. So for LC build, we did an additional step. We go through another layer of filtration just to distill and to get what we call whey protein isolate. Isolate means one, right? Single, and concentrate means small. So this will give you an idea that isolate is a much smaller component of protein. And this equates to much higher absorption and digestive rate. So there are many types of protein, all right? But we're going to talk about two particular types, which is concentrate and isolate. There are some similarities. The one, it is from milk, right? It's not like from some chemical, but it's really, really just from milk. And we have both are high quality proteins, and it contains all the amino acid that is needed for good health. So what is the difference? Well, whey protein concentrate has 80% of protein. But for isolate, since it has gone through an additional step of filtration, and we have filtered off excess lactose, carbs, and fats, this is the reason why we have 90% of protein. So it's a lot more than concentrate. And just because we did this process, that is the reason why our product is so low in carbs and fat. It's because of this isolate process. And naturally, it will lead to much faster absorption. So many of you may be on the fence to think, well, I can still eat my food to give me the protein that I want. So how does LC build match up with food that I'm taking? So in the realm of protein, there's this thing called the biological value that researchers use to evaluate the quality of protein that is in food. So the biological value is reflective of your protein source and how quickly is it being converted into protein that is in our body cells. If you don't understand, meaning to say that if a food source has higher biological value, this means more of this food protein will then be converted real time into our body cells. So this is just a rough concept about how this concept works. So let's look at a few examples of BV scores. So we choose meat source, beef, fish. So even though both of these food are meat sources and they are considered to be high in protein, but their biological value scores isn't that impressive. Tofu has 64 on this score, and cheese that's made from milk has a higher percentage. So what about whey protein? It is the top of the score, right? And it has the highest biological value, meaning most of it will be converted into our body cells. So how much should we be eating? Okay, since whey protein is good, then what should be our total protein recommendation? Well, across the board, most health authorities would agree to this range, 0.8 grams to 1 gram per kg body weight. However, I would personally think that we should go for the higher recommendation. Why? That's because 0.8 is the minimum that's required for you to not have any muscle loss. It's the most minimum for your body to have its response, okay, to do its natural function. This does not cover all the benefit that you want to experience with your health, like better insulin response, better muscle building and things like that. So I would personally go to 1.0, also because of our stressful situation right now, that our body definitely be turned over much faster than before. So 1.0 is what I think should be the way to go. And many people are not aware that once a person reaches a certain age, okay, 50 and above, you will need more protein. I've come across people who ask me, Claudia, do you think I should be taking more protein since I'm already old? And a lot of people have this misconception, oh, because I'm old, my body will not be able to use the protein as much, so I shouldn't be taking so much protein. But that thinking is actually incorrect. Why? That's because our body do become less responsive, okay, especially when we age. And as a result, we cannot absorb, all right, and fully utilize the protein into our body cells. And also, we have another obstacle, which is muscle wasting. That's why you will see a lot of elderly, they start to shrink, their bones, will start to hunch, and they'll start losing a lot of muscle, and they become very flabby in a sense. So this is an extra obstacle that their body has to go through. And also, people of a higher age are also a lot more at risk of falling and fracture. So this is actually something very, very important, especially approaching older age. Not to mention increased disease risk. It's harder to treat, especially if you are older, and you don't recover as fast as a younger person. So some research indicates that only elder population at age 65 and above should be taking this amount. Now, I personally think that you shouldn't wait until the aging process accelerates, then only you take. By the time when it happens, you already have a fall, or you're already wasting muscle and you want to replenish at that stage, I think it's already too late. So it's always good to prepare your body earlier. So if you're already 55, for example, or early 50s, in fact, you can already start increasing your protein intake, just to make sure that your body is strong enough to withstand the effect of aging that will happen when you are approaching 65. So here's an example of how we can apply the protein recommendation into practical life. So for example, if a person weighs 65 kilograms, so the requirement will be 65 grams a day. And for the morning, I think it's best to always take breakfast shake, because let's admit it, our Southeast Asian breakfast really isn't the best in terms of protein. A lot of us, we eat bread, we eat rice, we eat noodles, and maybe a chocolate drink just to make us feel full. But there's hardly any protein source that can really, really make us satiated. So I think morning is the best time to take a high quality protein shake. And after that, for lunch and dinner, feel free to enjoy a meat food. So I'm estimating 10 to 20 grams. So if you're taking at the higher range, most likely we will be able to meet the recommendation of 65 grams a day. So what if a person may be slightly tinier in their frame, and they may not need as much protein. Well, breakfast, you can still take the shake, and lunch, dinner, you can still eat. It's the same as before. But you may exceed up to 20 grams of protein in a day. So this is where the question comes in. How? What's going to happen to me? Is this going to lead me to kidney problems? And I'm going to gain weight? And this is where the entire spiral of accusations will start coming in. So what to do? What does the evidence say? This is the most important thing before we talk about anything at all. So after extensively searching the internet, scouring evidence, I managed to find a high quality study that is published recently, 2018. And this study is a study of studies. It analyzes 28 high quality studies to give us the result of comparing high protein diet and the risk of kidney failure. So it says, bottom line, no, it does not damage the kidney. Is this surprising to you? It really does not damage the kidney. Why? This is where the misconception started. Protein will increase waste products in the body. Okay, this in a certain extent is true. As long as you have protein, it's going to break down, and during that process, there will be urea. So when that happens, it definitely will be filtered off by the kidney. So a lot of these studies that's done on this subject is actually done on those who have kidney problems already. So because they observe a patient that has kidney failure, then they start to study, oh, because they're not filtering that well, so they have to reduce their protein intake. But then again, this only applies for those who have kidney disease. So if you have kidney disease, it's true, your kidney does not function as well. So if you reduce your protein intake, it will help to reduce the burden of the kidneys. However, it is a very different story for those who are healthy. If you have no indication of any kidney failure or any problem, our kidney is generally a very well-adopted organ. In fact, if we lose a part of our kidney, our body can still survive with only one kidney. And it is also a very resilient organ. It can respond well to workload, and there will most likely be no harmful effect. In fact, it can come back to its original state as fast as it needs to. And what is studied in disease state is not applicable for healthy population. So that doesn't mean that if you eat lesser protein, you will have lesser risk of kidney disease. No, it's not. In fact, the study there's not a good way to predict. And protein supplements, or protein for that matter, is not even an indicator, right, to lead to risk of kidney disease. And just so you know, in this study, they used 1.5 gram per kg body weight, which is a lot more than what we're recommending. Okay, we're recommending 1.0. So as long as you stick within this range and you don't exceed more than 1.5, generally it's okay. And we are considered more conservative, and I'm going towards the safer one. So if you are taking protein supplements, doesn't matter, all right, or even from food, if you take within this, is confirmed going to be safe. So don't have to worry about that. So what really leads to kidney disease? If it's not the protein product or whatever it is, then what is the real cause? It's actually diabetes. I was so surprised to see this also. I checked many different health authority websites. Diabetes is still the number one when it comes to kidney disease. All right, things like high blood pressure. This is not a small matter, you know. It really can lead to organ failure in a sense. And overweight, these metabolic problems is a lot bigger than you think it is, you know. Not to mention the other lifestyle factors such as sedentary and smoking. So don't blame it on the product, but really your lifestyle and all these indicators that you may have. So with this out of the way, would eating extra protein lead to weight gain? Okay, let's say we compare 20 grams of protein additional, egg tofu and LC build. Okay, I go for the healthier one. Okay, I don't want to choose curry chicken because then it may appear too drastic. So we see how it compares. So egg tofu, 21 grams of protein, 3 grams of fat, 3 grams of carb, 24 grams of fats, and 300 calories. But if you compare it to, let's say, 2 sachets of LC build, you get 26 grams of protein, 2 grams of carbs, only 1 gram of fat, and less than half of the calories that is in the egg tofu. So you ask me, which one you eat will have weight gain? I think this is an obvious answer, right? Our body can adapt very well. If you eat excess 120, it can come back at your normal weight. But if you consistently eat extra 300, confirm you will gain weight for sure. So problem is really not the whey protein, okay? And when somebody takes whey supplement or any supplement and they don't see the effect that they want, immediately they will blame the protein. Oh, this thing is not working for me, this thing is faulty, and things like that. But they don't take into account on the things they're eating on a daily basis, on every meal. They forget that they eat curry chicken almost every other day. So, of course, you gain weight, right? So that additional 20 grams of protein, if you were to take in a day, it's not just for the sake of protein, you know. It helps to do so many processes in the body. Make sure that your blood flows well, that you can breathe well, that you don't feel tired, all right? Make your red blood cells healthy and going. Make sure your hormones are stable, that you're always, in a good condition. Make sure your enzymes are working all right. Strong bones and joints are closely related to bone health, immunity, your hair and nails, all right? Especially those who have hair loss and skin, muscles, and many, many others. So protein is not something you eat. Many people think it's only muscle, but they forget about the many other functions that it helps to do in our body. It's so fundamental, so important that it's part of our unicity principle. So this is also another very famous question. Would whey protein cause high sugar and diabetes? So based on research, I find that as whey protein increase in dose, start from 4.5, 9 to 18 grams, subjects are found to have a reduced sugar level after food. And it reduced even more as whey protein increase. So it starts with 25%, 37%, and then 46%. So if you're taking 18 grams of whey protein, that means your sugar after food will be reduced as much as 46%. So I don't know about you, but I think this is a pretty drastic result. And also, research finds that individuals who have difficulty managing their sugar level have 3 to 4 times increase in insulin response in meals containing protein. So for the benefit of those who don't know, insulin lowers our sugar level. And for those who are diabetes, you want to be more sensitive to this. So they found out of the many protein food there is, whey protein is found to be the most efficacious in terms of increasing our insulin response. So even better, okay, I managed to find this research that studies specifically on whey protein isolate. And in this study, they used 21 grams. So this is a graph of insulin. So if you take whey protein isolate, your insulin will increase a lot more drastically compared to you taking potato starch. It's a pretty big difference here. And they also studied this hormone called ghrelin. Ghrelin is a hormone that increases hunger. So this is the reason why after you eat any sugary food, you feel hungry quickly. Potato starch ghrelin level is very high even after taking the food. But for whey protein isolate, the hormone decrease a lot, okay? And this is why it can help us to make us feel full. And then it increases steadily over time. So I think it's great. It helps to increase our insulin response and curb our hunger pangs. So with all these things being said and done, Ascent base is best suited for whom? Is it for the elderly, or is it for those who may have diabetes? The answer is everyone. Okay, surprise, surprise, or not, it is indeed suitable for everybody. And I'm sure everybody wants to have a toned and lean body. This does not mean that you want to look like Dwayne Johnson. Well, if you really want to look like Dwayne Johnson, it's fine. If your goal is to compete in powerlifting competitions or some bodybuilding, I think that's fine, really. And our products can definitely support your goals if you're heading towards that direction. But not everyone has this goal, all right? Some of us, like me, okay, I can relate to this problem very well. We do not want to be extra bulk, but we want to lose and firm up, most importantly, firm up our muscles so that we don't have jiggly arms. Okay, it's unsightly and it's just annoying to have. And what more, okay, you cannot dress as you like. If you wear the shirt that is a bit slim fit, you can see all your fats jiggling around, you know, it's not a good sight. And this can be very frustrating, all right, for many of us, myself included. So nobody wants this. And what people may want is just to look a bit better. Okay, just like this picture here. Now the trend is not into very skinny already. We are now going towards leaner, right? To have a bit more muscle, to look fit and good. So my goal is to be like this woman here. Okay, one day I really wish that I can wear sleeveless, proud, loud and proud like this. Okay, look toned. And for guys, we always see two spectrum. Either the guy is too skinny or they are just too buff. So we just want to be in the middle, right? Just like Gong Yu. Okay, I mean, he's a K-pop star, but still, I think the way he dresses is good. It's not too buff, but he looks really lean. And I think many of us may be thinking about heading towards this direction so we can feel good about ourselves. And also, all right, physical appearance aside, what we really want is to be strong and healthy so we can enjoy life with the people around us. Not just only for you, but for your parents, for your grandparents, and to have family reunions as often as we can. So this is where protein can really help to strengthen the immune system. And this is very crucial, especially at the time like this. And we got to make sure that our immune system is always in good condition. It reduces disease risk as well, strengthens the bone, increase mobility, okay? I cannot stress this enough. Honestly, really, a lot of elderly have this problem. And please don't wait until you're old. Women especially, our bone will get weaker and weaker over time. So we got to make sure that we take care of this. And our body will also be more adaptable to stress and many other things. Okay, I'm sure we all want to have this that we can enjoy in our life. And of course, good skin. I don't think that this is something that only women want, you know. Nowadays, I think everybody wants to look good, right? Even I'm pretty sure my male colleagues would agree. So it pairs really well with collagen because both of these are protein. So they can actually help one another in terms of rebuilding our skin cells. So it can help to reduce skin blemishes, reduce wrinkles, increase skin elasticity, and improve our skin tone. So I think this is a great benefit that everybody wouldn't mind having. So, well, I'm sure you all know that our Unicity has a lot of protein supplements. So here are a summary of what we have and how does LC Build stand among all of these things. So LC Build is a pure protein. It has less than 1 gram of carbs and fat, and it has 13 grams of whey protein isolate. It's keto-friendly. It is even moderate carb-friendly. Okay, it is suitable for any type of diet because this is really just pure protein. It's fast absorbing, give you the effect that you want at a much faster time, and it's really clean and simple. Next, we have LC base. Okay, yes, low carbohydrate. This is the direction. It has high protein, high fat, good fat, and less than, we have 4 grams of net carbs. So the direction of this range is really for us to burn fat. It uses the fat in our body and turn it into energy source. So because of this, we will have weight loss benefit. So low carbs is going through this concept. Okay, it's keto friendly. And next we have moderate carb. This has 12 to 18 grams of protein and 9 to 12 grams of carbs. It's still okay actually, it's still healthy. It is suitable for those who may not be able to go for low carb. But it can still help to get us into the weight loss journey because it's low fat and low calorie. Okay, fourthly, we have Quadplex. This is specifically designed for muscle building and sports performance. All right, the 25 grams of protein, it has BCAA and a very specific amino acid technology that really aims to give us very fast muscle recovery, especially post-workout. And it has 15 essential vitamins to make sure that our body is very well hydrated. So the direction of this is very clear. So these are the 4 different ranges that we have, and they are different in a sense, and they each serve a very unique purpose. So LC Build is a clean protein and it's very flexible. And it is very good for individuals who have not tried protein before. Okay, for those who may be in the fence, haven't tried before, LC Build is a good way to get them started. It's no frills and it's easy and simple. But I'm sure there'll be questions. Claudia, I'm already eating LC base, and I'm also already eating LC chocolate. So how? Should I choose LC Build and don't take chocolate, or take chocolate, don't eat LC Build? So to answer you is, LC Build also works very, very well on top of each of these protein supplements that we have. Okay, it is also designed as a booster. Let me show you how this works. So if you take LC Build on top of this range, okay, for example, if you're going towards low carb, it can help you to increase your tolerance. So for individuals who just getting started into moving to the high fat, some people may experience some form of discomfort, okay, because your body is still transitioning, you used to eat a lot of carbs, you reduce it, introducing high fat. So that period of time, there is an adaptation phase. So if you have protein, especially whey protein, isolate, can really help to ease that transition, to increase your tolerance, and your body will be more adaptable towards this process. And it can also help to speed up the progress, accelerate your weight loss, and also make sure that your muscle, not just only you can see it more clearly, but it also adds that kind of firmness, you know, to make your muscle, some muscle look flabby, right? But it really helps to give it that body and make it very firm. So how about those who are taking chocolate or vanilla? If you're on this moderate carb zone, adding LC Build can improve overall health. Some people, they may not want to lose weight, but taking this can really help them to achieve things like better insulin response. Okay, as we've seen just now, the whey protein isolate, how it can really help that, increase our immunity, and the many things that I mentioned just now with whey protein isolate. And Corplex, We are going to talk a lot extensively about whey protein isolate in our last session for this month, and it's only about exercise. But in summary, it does help in exercise performance. It makes sure that you can get the best out of your workouts. You can enjoy max without feeling fatigued so easily. That you can do more reps than usual, and to make sure that your muscle can rest well and recover fast. With collagen and aging, of course, tastes wonderful. Okay, I've tried. I think it tastes good, especially if you mix it with cold water. It's really nice. Skin health, of course, radiant clear skin and reduce blemish, wrinkle, and all that kind of stuff. So eating this is an excellent combination. And for those who are, want to take care of your joints, your bone, I think this works excellently as well. It has a great combination to help to strengthen your bones and reduce calcium loss. You can move freely without any pain. And whey protein isolate is a great companion to this. And if you're looking towards maximum productivity, good memory, you want to be in a good mood, whey protein isolate can also help to stimulate neurotransmitter. That is helpful for that. So LC food is so good, right? Not just only you can eat on its own, but adding to whatever supplement that you're taking can give you much more benefit. So in summary, what have we learned today? Well, we have learned that protein is important for everyone. It's not just only for those who go bodybuilding or for those who always go to the gym. Okay, everybody needs it, especially if you are elderly. And diet today is loaded with carbs and bad fat that is really causing us harm. It's not about the supplements, all right? It's the food as well. Type and quality of protein really makes a big difference. So this is where LC base is here to bridge the gap. Okay, an extra 20 grams. In fact, it could be even more. As long as you're within the range 1.0, it will not cause any harmful effect. We need extra of this for good health. No matter what age you are, we want to look good, feel good, and most importantly, enjoy life as much as we can. So thank you so much for your patience and listening to me for the past 40 minutes. So this is the end of today's session. But before we move into Q&A, I have a few things to share with you. Right now, we are having this shaker contest. All right, and this is a limited edition shaker. All right, it's great and you can't buy it. All right, it's limited edition. So you can now get this gray shaker by just doing some simple steps. Share with us your favorite protein shake recipe. Doesn't really need to be baking or ice cream, okay? It can be just shake and drink. It's fine. Just do it in a short video. Applies to all protein except the few. Add the hashtag, and 5 most creative entries will win. So I hope to see your entries and you'll be able to enjoy one of these, for yourself and your personal collection. Okay, so now is a time for Q&A. So yeah, I'll be attending to your questions. Let me wear the chat. Okay, LC with Ascent is actually within that range as well. Not mistaken, I think the protein is 12 grams. Not mistaken. Okay, I have to refresh back again, but it's within that range. And yeah, it's actually together with the moderate carb section. So yeah, it fit in that category. When is LC Build coming to Malaysia? Great question. I mean, we will try to see what we can do to bring this in. Quadplex, before or after workout? Actually, you can take before and you can take after as well. So, okay, I'm going to talk about this in detail in our last session, okay? Because I'll be talking in detail how to drink, and actually protein, you need to take care of the timing and you need to space it. So morning you take one time, then afternoon take one time, then at night at least 3 times, and also their specific duration. So I'm going to spend more time talking about that as well. But short answer, if you feel very tired after your workout, then I recommend you to take after it. But if you want more energy for your workout, then definitely drink it because it can help to give you more energy for explosive workout. Yeah. Thanks, Claudia. So the company's product strategy on LC Build is to introduce not as a substitute to existing protein products, but to add or supplement existing protein range. Thank you, Enghai, for your question. Yeah, you're right. It's not a substitute, but its main direction is really to add up, all right, and to further boost the benefits of our supplement. Protein help muscle with bone. Both, actually. Yeah. It will help to strengthen our muscle in our arm area, not just only the arm, every part. And if our muscle is weak, it will also affect the bone. Okay, our bone will need to carry more weight of the muscle because it's not strong enough. So yeah, then for bone, it can really help to stimulate absorption of calcium as well to make it strong and sturdy. Yeah. Okay. Can LC Build be taken together with BIOS Life S or BIOS 7? Yeah, of course, you can take together. Yeah, I think it's good because this can also further help to reduce sugar level and also help you to be more responsive towards insulin as well. So I think it's a great combination. You mentioned taking 2 sachets of LC Build. Is it to achieve meal replacement? Oh no, I put 2 sachets is for comparison. So I mean, if you're just only taking LC Build alone, then you can take 2 sachets. But if not, just 1 sachet will do. Yeah. Can LC chocolate mix with black soya bean? I'm not very sure how it will taste like and how the outcome will be, but you can feel free to experiment. Well, if it tastes good, you can let me know. Claudia, LC Ascent is not mentioned among the protein range. Will we still have LC Ascent? Is it coming soon? Okay, I know the reason why I don't put it there is because the stock has not arrived yet, but it's coming very soon. Okay, it's coming end of the month to beginning of next month. So I understand many people are very frustrated over this, but it's due to some supplier issue that we are also chasing after them to deliver it to us. So I hope that you all can be patient with this. It's coming very soon. Don't worry, it's not going to be discontinued, okay? For people want weight loss, how they eat if they got LC base? Unimate Fuel and BIOS Life Slim, and now LC Build, when should eat? For people want weight loss, how? Okay, sorry, let me repeat the question. For people want weight loss, how they eat if they got LC base, Unimate Fuel, BIOS Life Slim, and now LC Build? Oh, okay. So in summary, this question is how you can incorporate LC base, Unimate Fuel, and Slim, and now LC. So actually, LC base you can take maybe morning. Then in afternoon, if you want to boost that fat burning, you can add Unimate Fuel. BIOS Slim you just take before your main meal, okay? Then LC Build is actually free and easy. You can mix it with LC base, you want to mix it with Unimate Fuel, or you want to mix with BIOS Slim, also can. Yeah, so you can, LC Build, you can incorporate in any of these products as you're taking. So it's not like an extra step that you need to do. Okay, so looks like these are all the questions. So if there are no questions, then I just want to thank every one of you for attending today. If you want to know more, or if I have not answered your question, in the way that you want, you can always email me. All right, there we can exchange in a more detailed manner. So thank you so much, everybody. And I hope you can try this soon and let me know what are your experiences with it. And with that, good evening, and I hope you have a great night. Bye.